AITA for wanting a divorce my husband doesn't want and risking no relationship with his child? My husband, 33M, and I, 30F, have been married for 11 years. He is in the military and we have lived all over the place. During this time, I have taken on most if not all of the household chores, grocery shopping, cleaning, cooking, laundry, and when needed he has mowed the lawn, hung stuff up on walls. I have for most of our marriage had a job as well. I asked in the past for help around the house and it was not even considered. He in fact threatened to eat off of paper plates or eat fast food so that I wouldn't have to worry about his dishes. Fast forward to now, we have a 13-month-old baby. I have stayed home since birth and am still cooking, cleaning, laundry, groceries, pets, all on me. I again decided to revisit the topic as I'm feeling so burnt out. I breastfeed all night, am responsible for bath time, feeding baby for mealtime, clean up after mealtime, dishes. He thinks going to work is enough? That I'm not grateful for him working since I'm asking him to help me around the house? I told him, why are we married then? I can just get a job and do it all myself still. I'd find a way. He reluctantly agreed to helping after I mentioned this would be it for me. He even said, I know I haven't been doing enough, but I thought I was enough, and I stared at him in disbelief. The following week every time he fed the baby, or changed the baby, or put food away after dinner it was always a comment, I hope this is enough, or am I doing enough? We got home one day after grocery shopping. I got the baby out of the car seat and went to the other side to grab a few bags. He said no, I got it. I said please let me get some. He said no. As we're walking inside he says, I hope breaking my back is enough for you. Like, I can't win. I told him it's like he's punishing me for asking for help. I mentioned divorce and he said if we divorce he isn't going to be involved in our child's life. He said, and I quote, it's all or nothing. He says he doesn't want to divorce. We currently live overseas and divorce would mean me moving back to the States near family with our baby while he stays at his duty station. AITA for considering divorcing my husband knowing that he would choose not to know his own child? How can I do this to our baby? But how can I live like this? Am I asking for too much? ETA extra info. We married after 6 months of dating. Military marriage, shocker right? He had said during that time that he grew up with a single mom and had sisters and could understand the female perspective. During one of our long conversations throughout the dating period I mentioned equal housework responsibilities and he agreed. Married and then things were opposite. I over the years would approach the subject different ways, gently asking, reminding, being louder, showing how upset I felt. It didn't matter. I have held down jobs our whole marriage until now so we always were both working. I just kept trying to let it go, convincing myself that he doesn't drink, isn't physically abusive and provides well so I should be grateful. Every conversation attempt to try to get him to share in household responsibilities ended up in me apologizing for not being grateful for all he does. In his words, he'll never be good enough. For years in our marriage we never got pregnant and eventually tests were ran and we were told we could not conceive. Only possible with intervention, but again that would be a maybe. 2 years ago, my husband confessed to cheating while on deployment when I picked him up the same night he got back. We found out I was pregnant 4 months after he told me what he did. Counseling with him only lasted 2 sessions. He said it brought up too much trauma from his childhood. Anytime I tried to talk about it, it would end up with me trying to make him feel better about what he did and the shame he had around his actions. I should have left a long time ago. I completely agree with those statements. I just didn't want to throw in the towel over things that could be fixed. I knew there was potential here and tried and begged for years. I am not perfect. I have flaws and faults. But I will never regret my child. We have the happiest and healthiest baby who is a complete joy. Thank you for reading this far and I appreciate those who have been kind. Oh, and I asked for clarification on the all or nothing comment the next day to make sure it wasn't said in the heat of being hurt. He said he meant it. And his justification is that it would be too hard to be involved only a little since he'd be stationed far away for most of their childhood and he doesn't want to do that to our child. I am leaning towards counseling if he's willing. But I am also taking necessary steps in the background to remove myself and our child from this dysfunction if things cannot be worked out. I believe in marriage and that's why I'm still here. But everyone has a breaking point.